Hey everyone, Nick from Mossy Creek with this week's fly fishing forecast. Today is Wednesday, November 26th. I imagine a lot of you are out traveling for Thanksgiving today, so if you're on the road, safe travels. Hope you enjoy time with family, get a good few days off and a long weekend. So the biggest news this week is kind of our change in the weather pattern and some of the temperatures. We got a little bit of rain over the last couple days, not much as far as like total accumulation goes. But some places early in the week got like a half an inch and a few little shots of rain yesterday throughout the valley. So we had those kind of overcast, darker, rainy days that we talked about, led to some really good fishing this week. We had some awesome blueing olive hatches. More about that in a little bit when we talk about the spring creeks. But those kind of overcast, darker days were really good to the fishing. So looks like today is kind of our last warm day for a while. Maybe kind of this is really going to be what sets us into the winter. High is 65 today, and then from here on out, tomorrow being Thanksgiving and on from there, we're looking at like high 30s, low 40s almost every day. Nights into the teens and low 20s. And like I said, for the 10, 15 day forecast, it looks like that's about the same. So looks like winter's coming and here to stay. Some shots of some rain and snow chances in the future. So hopefully we can kind of keep a good moisture pattern, just keep getting a little bit of water in the system. At this point we'll take everything we can. And having kind of the lower clear flows, those darker kind of dreary days lead to some good fishing. So keep an eye out for those. With those cooler temperatures, fishing's gonna change a little bit. Thinking spring creeks and a lot of the stuff that we're probably going to be fishing in the next few weeks. When you get up in the morning and it's really cold, sometimes those morning hours can be a little bit slower. So focusing midday can be helpful. Some of those really cold days, like the 10 to 2 window, will be almost some of your best fishing. And then we really like to kind of slow down with our fishing. So like on our spring creeks like Mossy, Beaver, Spring Run, South River, a lot of those places that we'll probably be fishing for a while until we get more rain. A really effective way to fish is by fishing like sculpin and crayfish patterns, maybe kind of streamer and nymph combos like zertle bugs, TJ hookers, even crystal buggers. Fishing some of that stuff either tight lined and dead drifted along the bottom or under an indicator can be super effective. So if it's not something you're used to, I'd highly recommend, if you're trout fishing in the next couple weeks, try something like that. Take a bigger nymph that maybe could be mistaken for a crayfish or sculpin or something, put it under an indicator and just dead drift it and look for really subtle bites, because on those tougher, colder days, that's always been one of my most effective ways to catch fish. So that's kind of what we're looking at with the spring creeks this week. On those overcast days, we had some really thick bluing olive hatches on Mossy, a little like size 18 parachute bluing olive or a 401k. Betas did the trick. So probably wouldn't just go out there and blind fish a bluing olive, but if you see fish rising, have some of those in your boxes. That'll probably do it for you. Brook trout streams are still super low. Fish are like really kind of finishing up the spawn, but still gotten some reports of a few fish paired up. So not a whole lot to say about the mountains. They haven't changed a lot. The state's been out stocking this week. It's a lot of our lakes and reservoirs. So take a look at that list of what's been stocked. A couple in Rockingham County, a couple in Augusta County, some of the classics like Douthat and some of those places, but a few other lakes and streams have been stocked as well. We've had some folks over in West Virginia fishing a little bit, fishing smoke holes and the Dry Fork and some of that stuff, and reports have been really good. They've gotten a little bit more moisture than we have. Still low and clear, but good fishing. So, if you're looking for something to do, a little bit farther away, those can be some really good options. Rivers have still been good. We've had some good musky fishing, some good winter smallmouth, low and clear, kind of the typical winter pattern. So, get out there if you can. A lot of our leaves have fallen, so for the most part, we're kind of done with those leaf hatches, and the fishing's been pretty good. So keep an eye on those temperatures. Fish later in the day if you need to, just to kind of hit those warmer hours. Use those overcast days to your advantage. Hopefully we'll be talking about a little bit of rain and potentially some snow in the next couple weeks, and just kind of keep building onto the water table and going from there. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Keep an eye on the rest of this email that we send out today. We're going to have our Black Friday deals, our classic gift card deal that a lot of you love, and some other stuff going on. So some good savings here over the next few days. Get that holiday shopping in early so that you're not doing it last second and you got time to fish when we get to those times. So as always, thank you guys for listening. If you have questions, give us a call, email the shop, or our favorite, come see us. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.